Alright, what's going on, everybody? This is your boy Tick from Project Open Mic doing another side chat. Hope you guys are doing well. So, right here, I got a little bit of the cast for me. We're gonna try doing another quick one. Still having the technical difficulties of trying to get everything straightened out for the side chat, but hopefully we get back to it soon or whatever. Right now, it's been a lot of things going crazy. But remember, you can always check out past shows if you want to catch up on Project Open Mic and everything. You can go to all the usual places: YouTube, Temper FM, You Now, You Live, Nico, and again, of course, Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and many more. So with that said, let me introduce the guys up in here. Mr. Kenosha, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
How you doing, sir?
Doing pretty good. It looks like the FBI will be coming after all of us soon, since we all don't agree with the government.
I thought that was the IRS.
That too. Every man for himself.
CIA, all the evil alphabet. Alphabet letters.
Hey, that's true. Speaking of that, next person you heard is Mr. Addison. How you doing, sir?
Yeah, so given the current times, who knows what's around the corner. I know people are afraid or don't want to admit what's going on, but at this point you can't really help it. Might as well get some fun in while you can.
Yeah, I see. I got you. Well, anyway, we're back here joining another another side chat where we talk about all kind of craziness as usual. So, as Kadoshi brought up and Addison brought up, as both of them brought up, yeah, the alphabet agencies are going a little wacko right now.
Yeah, they've the problem with the Democratic Party / the deep state, they've just been ripping the band. They've just been going full force. You know, they don't even care about being stealthy anymore. They're just going for it.
Yeah.
And you know, people are starting to see it.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, they're kind of like, yeah, we're not gonna let you do it. We're gonna do everything we can not to let you do that, because there were a lot of people mad about what happened on Monday. Even people who are just kind of done with Trump, who just kind of was like, you know, because Trump was losing his mojo. People were just kind of like, you know, the Trump train wasn't what I thought it was. And then this happened, and you're like, okay, looks like I'm voting red. Looks like I'm voting for Trump next election. Because, you know, this could be me.
I mean, they literally,
Isn't that what he said, though?
They overplayed their hand really bad. I don't understand why they did that. You have to come up with something good, because if it ain't something good, and then right now, even though you got the mainstream media doing the usual wackoness, talking about, oh, let's media doing the usual. It's nuclear. It has to do with nuclear secrets. Really. Now, the DOJ, Derek Garland, have not said what he really what the warrant is all about. So they're just speculating, and they're just speculating crap. It's really crap.
I mean, if it was that big, right? You know, if the Biden administration, or it would use this as a political gain, and if it was that big, you know, to destroy Trump, and you know, to essentially discredit anything that he's done, you know, during his presidency or outside of his presidency, or you know, make it so he can't run. 2024, they would have released it like 10 months ago.
Well, the thing about it
why did they wait?
But that's the
Why
thing.
did they wait so close to the elections to do this raid.
Well,
It's just
it's
You just
crazy.
said it. It's close to the elections.
Yeah, but
yeah,
here's the thing.
right till 91 days till the election. Sorry.
No, it's not. But here's the thing, though. And you're right. And again, they was asking for stuff on. What people don't understand is they've been asking him, access and all the stuff like you literally just said, Konoshi, 10 months ago. He said okay, and then they're like, hey, change your locks because you know certain things, and he changed his locks, and he said, hey, if you want to come, let me know, and I'll open up. You can search whatever. So they literally just went above and beyond to look like a-holes. Like
Yeah.
it just made no sense.
Yeah.
Do that.
It
Sorry
was
about that.
it was super extreme for something that probably is just petty at the end of the day. Because again, if it was that big of a deal, like I kept seeing articles about something about the Espionage Act. I mean, it's already been proven that he wasn't colluding with Russia or anything.
But again, hit the funny part that always kill me of this again. Nobody talk about but Hillary literally she had a server. Nobody talked
Yeah.
about that. Hunter Biden has been doing all his crappy stuff, being on meth and everything. Nothing has gone with that so far yet. So, what the heck are you? So now you're gonna do this? Like it's so weird. And then like I said with the Espionage Act, please, like we already know, it's kind of funny. Like if you look at it really, like Biden has been more of a shell for the daggone Russians than Trump ever was. If you think about it, you see some of the stuff that they be doing.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, problem is people blinded by the orange.
Shout out to Triple M. He's in the chat on YouTube. He says, "Hey, lads, how about we defund the FBI?"
Careful, Trip. They might come after you.
Well, yeah. But that, like I said, that just emboldened them. Like I've already seen some of the ads that they have created. Oh my goodness, those are some good ads. Those are some good campaign ads that they have come up with.
Yeah, I mean he used it as an advantage. Like a few hours after the raid, he released the campaign ad.
He released a campaign ad. He did and then other people have come. I just saw one of the actors. I forgot his name. What his name is? That was that. He's he's one of them old school actors. I never really said stuff like that, but he started up on it. Triple M said they already have Double A.
Yeah.
Which actor? What movie?
I don't. John Voight. He has already done. He has released. He already done at least 2 videos for not a campaign for Trump, but he just really just saying, look what we have come and what we have wrought and seeing what God has done to us and everything. So yeah, it has gotten a little more crazier. So and then the video he did is pretty good. I saw 2 of them, so like that's pretty good. So I don't know. I think it was a mistake. I think they played their hand too much. I think that's what it was.
The thing is, these agencies, these people aren't as clever as people make them out to be. Because just people are way too damn lazy. They don't really care until something happens.
Exactly. So that's just his own thing. You're correct.
Even there was a CNN clip that I saw. It was a couple days. Yeah, it was a couple days ago, where the panelist was talking about, this helped Trump more than it hurt him.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's just, it's like, what was the point? Like, the Democrats or whatever were supposed to make themselves look like the good guys, but They made themselves look like a bunch of authoritarian nut jobs.
Well, that's the thing, Kanoshi. This is all a display of look what we did to him. We can do it to you, especially now that they hired how many new IRS agents?
Yeah,
Someone showed.
80,000 IRS stay.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember seeing a picture about a coliseum, and it pointed out that it could fill like 86,000 people. So even a football stadium wouldn't fit in all the new agents they hired. Like they're trying to discourage people from doing nothing, and people have already been discouraged for the longest time.
Well, right now, like I said, that's what it was in that case. That, like I said, it empowered him way more than it is than they thought it would have been. So that's just what it did. Which is
It's
stupid.
gonna be an interest. It's gonna be an interesting election cycle this year in 2024, if we live long enough to actually talk about it.
We will. I'm not negative Nancy like you,
I'm just
but
being real here.
I am being real too. But like I said, they did this situation and they have set it up. So hey, we'll see what happens. What comes out of this in this regard to see how crazy
Yeah,
things will get.
I mean, yeah,
Uh,
I just wrote a little bit of the warrant, and yeah, it's basically just saying, yeah, we want some of these documents back. It's pretty much, what people were saying on Monday and Tuesday about the whole search. Wasn't anything particularly. I mean, in the introduction, it didn't sound like it was anything groundbreaking.
Exactly. I don't think it was anything groundbreaking, but this is what we got. So, oh, it's what it is in that regard. Then we have and of course, and then like I said, another topic we have is another thing I'm going to put out to you guys is this. So right now, the government and all them healthcare people are trying their darnest, and I do mean their darnest, to make the monkeypox the next pandemic. Cause they want that power control back, boy. They're starving for it.
well, speaking of starving, these people are also why a lot of people are gonna be starving soon.
Well, basically,
Hmm.
basically, California, and New York has established state of emergency for monkeypox. I'm like, well, New York, okay, is a little, I don't know. California, I'm not surprised. Can they try to scare you? Not almost over 90% of the transmission of disease is sexual. With a certain amount of people were sexual. So I ain't got no fear of the daggone thing.
Oh
Also,
man, remember when it came to COVID, you couldn't do anything basic like just be outside without wearing a mask or go visit relatives or anything. But then you got these people having some weird, I'm saying weird ass orgies.
you said the magic word. You said the magic word, and I'm gonna play that not tonight, but I'm gonna do a video, maybe a straight no chasers on it, because I heard a video of a man, and it defies as Asa would say. She was like, I told her about it last night. And she was like, this person's like, I'm surprised I got monkeypox. I'm like, really?
Oh boy, maybe
This,
you shouldn't have been screwing around.
that
Maybe,
that is the point.
maybe.
But the point is, the people in that lifestyle, and again, this is not all of them, of course, but man, y'all in California got some. Those who live in California, y'all got some weird lifestyles. How about you just be like regular
eh,
people and just be monotonous or something like that? But the thing about it also, wait, let me finish this. Think about it as well too. If I know there's a disease that's going past by having sex, I'm not having sex. I'm just saying. I'm not that. I'm masturbate. Do something. You just have to go do this. You gotta.
Wait, no condoms either?
I mean, I always have a condom on because you never know what the hell is gonna happen. But apparently, people nowadays have come to a point that's just so stupid, thinking, "Oh well, I only want to wear a condom because I don't want to have a baby." I'd rather have a kid than AIDS any day. I'd rather have a child.
Well,
Go ahead.
this is gonna be gross what I'm about to say, but I'll say I'd rather have a kid than drink somebody else's urine. Ugh, good.
When I'm not talking about that nasty, you ain't right about that. But this guy was like, he was surprised, and he said, I know everybody here, and I went to a birthday orgy last Saturday. I'm like, a birthday orgy? What the?
That's what I'm talking about.
A
I know the story
birthday?
you're talking about.
A birthday orgy, okay, with 15 people. Oh, these are people you know. Okay, yeah, you know them, but you don't know what they've been doing. And then later that night, he had another 15 people orgy. Literally by in 2 days, this man has sex with. He had an orgy with 60 people. What is wrong with you people? And then you want to know what people say. We gotta fight. The blood transfusion and donors and all stuff. So homosexuals could go ahead and give blood. No, you don't. No, you don't. If this is the acts that you guys be doing, hell no.
It was
Hell
funny
no.
when they said that Magic Johnson could donate blood, but now they're serious about it.
Well, you see, I mean, the medical what was it? The drug companies, of course, yeah, because they're giving you, because I'm watching TV and stuff for that. The drug companies come up with all these things to suppress, make sure you don't have it, so that they ain't curing nothing. Keep on taking our drugs so you can live your life. That's what they got.
Take drugs, sleep around.
Which is so weird. And I give that's on men in that regard. Why yes, a man cannot give pregnancy to a child. Really. Now we ain't playing that bull crap with all this stupid transformer stuff. But a man can have a child. But you still gonna have unprotected sex, not knowing who the person is? Dude, you crazy. You type of men are nuts.
How do we live in a society where people are super paranoid of each other, but at the same time very trusting of each other?
Well, you're right. Go ahead.
You have a society that where we kind of look at each other with disdain, and we're very just like sheltered, but we're very just like guarded. But yeah, at the same time, we got people sleeping around with everything that has a pulse. And it's kind of like this makes no sense.
Well,
This makes no sense.
That's the part that killed me because.
Kenoshi, I guess there's some sort of weird honor among deviants.
Cue the Futurama clip. I don't want to live on this planet anymore.
And it's funny because I was telling Asa, I was telling a girl like, I said, I've said this before, and I know it sounds wrong, even though we had just came from like church and stuff, whatever. I was like, I don't want to sound blasphemous to God, but man, humans are about. I just say humans are worse about the species I don't like the most. Can we do the most stupidest of things? Just seriously, what the hell?
And you gave us a choice, and people make some weird ass choices.
It goes to what you were saying, Kenoshi, because I know these are the same, like the gay choir in San Francisco and stuff. Wear a mask, 6 feet, run out and sing the song, whatever. But then you will have debacle of orgy and stuff like that. You care about somebody coughing and whatever, but you're exchanging sexual fluids. What the hell? What's that's a weird conundrum.
Yep. Living, breathing, walking contradictions.
Exactly. Don't sneeze on me. Oh, you sneezed on me. Oh, you coughed on me. Oh, whatever. But I'm gonna go with a random person and give him my sexual fluids. Oh, that's no problem. It's just sexual fluids. It's not. It's not. You people are nuts.
Sanitize your hands. If you don't sanitize your Johnson, that's
We
boring.
talk about, these people talk about, stuff like mental health and, and safety and more rules, but yet these are the same people that constantly thrust themselves into uh, uh, dangerous situations. It's just not homosexuals. It's everybody,
Yeah.
or it's a lot of people.
Oh no, it's a lot of people. You're correct. It's a lot of people, but it still is. It still is. It's craziness. You know. Because yeah,
Well, that's the thing.
because the reason I said it because I've seen so oh, sorry, I've seen so many people who literally just like again again it's another conversation where my girl had where it was like how certain women do something I'll give you an example. I watched a thing this week where a woman said she's on a dating show. She's on a dating show. And her youngest kid was a one night stand because he had a birth. She was birthday, and the guy she had a birthday. And I'm like, y'all birthdays, y'all have protected sex with each other. What the hell? And then she's like, I'm looking for a man. Blah 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 blah. And in the same video, another man just walked by, and that's the man she just slept with. I'm like, what is wrong with you chicks?
Yeah, they complain. Yeah, these women complain about men from here until Sunday, until next Sunday, and they want a man that's this, that, and the third. But yet again, they keep walking into the same traps and the same mistakes. And then the guy that wants to step up and that wants to be good, that wants to be the good man, he gets walked all over, and then she just goes right back into the streets, screwing around with all the mistakes.
Like I
So it's
said,
just kind of like, how can I take y'all seriously? You said there, oh, I want a nice guy, but yeah, you go out and just willingly make more mistakes.
Well, that's what happens in society where a lot of people don't have to be held accountable for their actions. It's always somebody else's fault or
that is true.
something.
That is true. Because, like I said, I mean, even like I said, on the same show, I'm seeing the guys. It's more female show, but there's guys there too. And I'm like, dude, you're not gonna get that type of woman. You don't even work. Why do really? And again, if some of these people, if you vet some of these women, why are you putting your penis in crazy? You get what
It
you
feels
get.
good.
Exactly. I mean, it's just like, from yeah, I don't know why these guys date these crazy women. And even when you try to step up, they put all these standards on you. They expect you to be this, but for the past 1,500 guys that they were with, they didn't have any of those standards. But you have to live by these standards and treat them like a young virgin. So I just throw my hands up and be like, no, no, thank you. I don't want what you're selling.
Yeah. I think society has gotten just more decadent. That's just what it is. Just these people have no. They think, and I gotta get shout out to my girl again because she said it when we were having this conversation. She was like, "Yeah, we've depended on government too much. We depended on science too much, and not think for ourselves." I'm like, "Yes, exactly." And it was one time me and she was talking to my mom, and my mom was saying something about the politics in my country, and she, she's not really political, but she knows certain things. And I told my girl, see, I tell you, it's not American politics at all. I know like politicians, majority politicians everywhere. I mean, in my country, I don't like
Yeah,
it.
this craziness is global.
Yeah, People talk a good game. Again, there are a few politicians out there I can respect and I have respect for, but I'm not. I'm talking about a few. I mean, I could number them on my hands. That's what I was saying. And it was.
Yeah, a hand that's been through the wood chipper.
I want to say that, but it was like what was it again? I was talking. This person was like, "Oh, see, you could do that. You could do that to you know, how bad Trump is." I said, "Look," I said, "You know what?" I said to the person, "Okay, then if you want to put Trump in jail, all right, President Trump in jail because of what happened. Okay, then. Well, how about we put Hillary Clinton in there and Hunter Biden? Same. Let's have that same energy for all those two people." I have no problem though. You want to put Trump in
Uh,
jail? Put him in jail.
they,
But let's put Biden and put Hillary in jail too.
so I mean, they have D's next to their name, so it absolves them of all crimes because
That's the conditioning.
Even though their crimes are way more public than the other guy, but hey.
yeah.
And again, for anybody out there watching, I did a show probably over like 2 weeks ago about what the heck Republicans. Because again, I'm not. I always say there's nothing more I hate on a Republican. There's nothing more I hate on a Republican than a Democrat because I know most Democrat politicians have done so much horrible things. But the Republicans are not no different either. They have their hands stained with blood with stuff. Not with the stuff that y'all talk about, but the stuff like the stuff they vote for and whatever. Cause again, that Rubio guy who tried Rubio with the whole child support while the child's unborn. I'm like, get the F out of here with that nonsense.
Yeah, that's
man.
that is a crazy. Yeah, that is crazy.
I'm like, so
That's crazy.
how so unless you put in that clause, there's a DNA test and that I get my money back after giving a person, then no. You
Not
live
in this society.
exactly.
Not in this society where you have women running around don't know who their kid belongs to.
No,
No,
you're
thank
correct.
you.
You're correct. You're correct.
Yeah, just to go back to the whole Kenochi was saying about mental health and all that.
Mhm.
These people are crazy that have been trying to normalize their crazy and make normalcy the insane idea.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
Plus, we're also a hedonistic dying society where if it feels good, do it, no matter the cost or the consequences.
no, the problem is not only that. It's like I said, we have mental illness is something that's going on. A lot of people do need to fix that. It needs to be done because it is crazy. It is crazy how like the late sad to say that story that lady and it happened in California. That nurse that killed those people. That was crazy. That was crazy. So you broke up with your boyfriend. Your boyfriend broke up with
Or boy
you,
toy.
and then you went screaming into a gas station, killing 6 people. And of course, that's what I'll say this to anybody out there. If you want to go kill other people so you could be suicidal, take yourself out. But don't take other people in your thing. You're a punk. I don't care if you're female, male. You are worse than dirt, than horse crap. That you will go out and take other people out because you want to self delete yourself.
Like,
It's
it's fine if
just
you want
like
to self-delete yourself, but don't take others with you. That's not self-deletion then.
yeah, it's
Exactly.
just like you're just killing people that are minding their own business. So what they do to
Exactly.
you? Why you got it?
They were in my way.
That part was just really cause what she did was just bad. I was like, what the hell did she? What did? Oh my goodness, that's crazy.
Yeah, but they're gonna spin her as the victim somehow.
Well, no, society. Not some of the video. I've seen some of the videos. Some of the women are like, "Oh, you should not kill yourself or did this because of a man." No, she's responsible for this no matter what. I don't care if a man did it or a female did it. If somebody break up for you or whatever, don't go take it out on other people. Point blank. Period.
Just accept it and move on.
Yeah.
She's a woman. It's not that hard to find another squeeze toy.
Well, we can't, like I said, we can't because a lot most getting some of these kids were, the girlfriend didn't want to acknowledge whatever, and he got on a rampage killing people too. So the boys, there's these young men and stuff. That's what they call them, the incels and all that stuff. Also, their craziness. It's like mental health has skyrocketed more and more, and it needs to be addressed. The problem is though, a lot of psychologists also are not good at what they are. As we know, is we got me, you guys know when we had that conversation with a fellow person on the cast that we used to talk, we not used to talk, we talked to, but they had, and when he had to go to that psychologist, and I was like, when he told him to exercise, I'm like, that's a bad one. Get away from him. Get away from that person. That is bad. Why would
Well,
you?
hell,
Go ahead.
remember we were part of a group where one of the members was supposedly a psychologist, and he was one of the most
Oh
insane
yeah.
people I've met.
Yep. Yep. That is true. That is
Then
The
again,
true.
he
thing
kept
is,
calling himself a king,
That is
king of
true.
logic.
King of
oh,
logic.
the thing is, a lot of people just don't know how to interact with each other anymore. Men don't really know how to talk to women. Women don't really know how to interact with men. It's
People like to fall into the echo chambers.
yeah, they like to be in their hug boxes, fall into their echo chambers. The men just want a female version of them, and then the females want a
You,
female version of them. It's just, it's an absolute mess. Our culture is an absolute mess, and unfortunately, I don't see it getting better anytime soon.
No, I'm saying gonna take a revelation. I see what you're saying, Trip. But yeah, it is ridiculous as how some of these things are. I mean, mental health. A lot of people are basically not getting out there and talking to. Like I said, there's a lot of black people that's going through a lot of trauma, and I say, yeah, we do need to go to, um, we need to go to therapy or have somebody to talk out. I mean, women kind of have that per se. Men have it less because we try to have to be bravado and try to be like we're manly and all this stuff. Come on, no, don't.
yeah, you get. Come on, man, we're men. We gotta hold it in until it becomes too much, and then we put a pill-shaped little metal object in our mouths. That's how you do it.
Basically we just snap and take people. Like I said, I have no disregard for anybody out there who would take care of people's lives. That's something that's disgusting and something that's wrong. All right. You want to go self delete, do what you want to do. But you want to take people out with you again. And the sad thing about it was a mother and a pregnant mother and her child was going to doctor to go to the OBGYN for their checkup, and they got died with that too. And the sad part about it is the woman who caused it, like you said, the woman who caused the problem, she didn't die. So that's
Yep,
the messed up
and
part.
there's another story I read today about some teen that shot a mother and her was like three, two or three sons, two or three young sons. For what reason? It doesn't matter. I mean, it's just like what? Why are you going up and just killing random people? I mean, you know.
Well, people feel entitled to it, you know.
Yeah. What up, Shy? Basically, it's just a general topic. We just like I said, side chat is basically any topic that anybody's on the chat talk about. That we talk about stuff. Just wanted to chat on Facebook. But yeah, it that's the sad part. That is the sad part about that. Yeah, I mean, it's just bad to see that happen. And again, there was another one too where this woman, because she was gonna lose custody to her children, she killed her children. The dad trying to do the right thing, and again, that's the same thing with the Uvalde. 'Cause remember, the Uvalde case was the father trying to take the kid away from the mother. And the mother was a crazy person. The father tried to take the kid from the mother because he know the kid was crazy. The mother was crazy, and look what he did. His son went to kill children and teachers. And the mother's like, "Oh, he had his reasons." I'm like, "Chick, are you out your flipping mind? He had his reasons to
Wow.
kill children."
Yeah. We really need to start looking at single mothers more scrutiny, with more scrutiny. Like this is getting out of control
Yeah,
with
it
these
is.
with these with these women. It's like, you know, for some reason, society hasn't grown up or realized that yeah, women can be just as evil and just as sadistic as men can be, in their own and just in their own disgusting way. Sadistic as men can be. I don't know. I just
I
wish
think there were
people.
some societies in the past that spoke of it, but then as we got cocky, people just disregarded what they were saying because they were old societies. What do they know? We're smarter than they are. A woman
That
can
is
be a
some
man.
again. That's why I've said that one of the problems with us stuff that's going on right now. A lot of young kids, a lot of stuff. They have knowledge. Have they got knowledge to do stuff? Yes. The young kids I've seen now are quick to do stuff on computers. They're very adaptive and adaptive in every cars. The problem is though, again, you will have the knowledge, but without the wisdom, you're dangerous. Without the wisdom to apply that knowledge, you are a very dangerous person.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, yeah, we're so much smarter than the ancients was many of us grew up in broken homes and many of us are addicted to drugs and alcohol. So yeah, we're real smart. We're much smarter than the ancients.
Well,
We got it all figured
I
out.
give you a good example. The ancients them know how to eat their food, they know to do stuff. Now we got society taking about I look good no matter what size I am. All right, when you die from diabetes, high blood pressure, all the other stuff, and again, skinny people could get the same things too, but obesity is the number one killer basically for a lot of stuff in America.
Yeah.
And then when we say, "Oh, lose weight, feel great," they're like, "Oh, why are you shaving me?" Because I want you to live, even though I don't know you. I want you to live. Well, I look good no matter what I am. No, you don't. No, you do not. Because again, when I went to Atlanta, when I went to Atlanta with my girl, and we went into the hotel, and just someone look. I'm sorry. There was a lot of women wearing bikinis and bathing suits, and y'all should have never wore them. 'Cause that was that seriously. I
Yeah.
was like, do you not have no shame? You think you look hot with your titties down to your belly button and you got a big old gut and think you look cute? Oh my goodness, it was bad. I was like, y'all don't
Yeah,
have
I don't.
no shame.
No, shame. That's another thing. Shame is gone. Like
It
we've
is.
abandoned shame. Shame, shame is a necessary tool. It's an emergency. It's like an emergency light. It shows that something is wrong here. Something is seriously wrong, and it needs to be fixed.
Why are you
Well,
shaming,
We're
bro?
like,
Why are
we
you
don't need
shaming?
that. We don't need that emergency component.
yeah.
We're fine without it.
Yeah, I mean, I got a problem with saying we don't need to call you derogative names, whatever. But if a person legitimately just want to say, "Hey, lose weight," because again, I forgot his name again. Dang it, he just did a video a while ago, and I like it. The guy I've used for financial stuff, the Indian guy. And
For no.
my Minority Report. That's I'll just go with that. Yes, Haspin Spring, I think his name, but I might be pronouncing it wrong. Minority Report. He was saying he's a financial guy. He said, you know what your biggest financial, you know what your best financial is a healthy body. Cause you could be a billionaire, but if you ain't healthy, it makes no difference.
Yeah.
There's no
All
Oh
the
yeah.
money you gotta spend on maintenance because you didn't take care of it.
yeah. And he was like, have you seen an obese 90-year-old? Rarely, no.
Rarely. Yeah.
No. So your best your your health is just as important as your financial, but your health is your financial wallet, because the more healthy you are, the longer you live, the better you could last, the less money you spend on doing, like I said, going to the doctors, doing stuff, and and keep you going. I mean,
Yeah.
God bless it if I have, being with my girl, we gonna get married and all this stuff, and we get kids. I want to be around for my grandkids. I mean, my grandmother's 95 years old, and she's a great, great, great grand.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's not many people can say they live that long. 95.
Yeah,
You got a lot of people dying right now, and they're fairly young.
yeah. Some things it can't be honest. Some things is understandable. It's sad to see people die for that, but I'm just saying, just this way of of where the society, going back to what you were saying, Kanoshi. Like I said, the past says, hey, if you live, you do healthy and all. Because remember, back in the past, they didn't had. I mean, God bless you, we do have antibiotics. We do have certain things in the past that technology has given us. But they didn't live that. They didn't have that, and they still make sure that they live a healthier life as best as they can.
Yeah.
And now you get society saying, "Okay, oh girl, you're 400 pounds. You go do your thing, girl." Again, I've said again, Lizzo is a beautiful woman by herself, but her thinking is toxic. That's the problem with her. Her thinking is just toxic as hell.
I think some of these people are plants to make people live crappy lives.
Well, social media basically affects young men a lot, but also it affects effeminate men and women the most.
I mean, sick people are just easier to control.
That's true. Well, that or people who are fair. That's why I said they try to fair. That's why they try to fair people with the monkeypox.
Yeah. I don't think that's working very well, though. I don't think people are. I don't hear anybody talking about it. I don't hear people, you know,
Well,
speaking out
Kanoshi,
about it.
the people who are most susceptible to it don't care about getting any other disease from doing what they do. So why would they care about this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And everybody else is kind of busy not losing their homes and trying to get enough to eat in this
Yeah.
high inflation days that we are going through.
That is
Yeah.
true.
There's a subsegment. There's a second segment of those people who like to chase six-legged freaks, if you know what I mean.
Yes, I do know what you mean. Shout out to Shy, but many people live the supermarket shelf eating processed foods. Many do not take time out to focus on growing their own foods or devouring the relationship with the farmer. I mean, yeah. Well, that's one of the reasons I say myself, Shy. Like I move out to the countryside because the city, like when the pandemic happened, we've talked about this on the show many times before. When the pandemic shut down, right? When the pandemic shut everything down, who was getting the worst out of it? It was the cities. Cause they couldn't get
Yeah.
food, they couldn't get trucking food, they couldn't do whatever. I could still go to a farmer's market. I've gone to strawberry market, grape market, I mean strawberry farms, grape farms. Literally down the road from me is a farm that sells pigs, it sells beef and pork. That's organic,
Yeah.
stuff like that. I could do
I
that.
still stand by the fact that cities were a failed experiment. I just think cities should be used mainly for business rather than to actually live in. But that's just my opinion.
Nah, I get
I
what you.
think city,
Go
I
ahead.
think cities can work as long as you don't give complete control to some entity above you, government. But
Well,
the
that's
problem is, you live in the city, you get, as some people have told me, spoiled, quote unquote. And
that is true.
once you
True.
get accustomed to living in the city, you look at the people who make it. You can live in a city, farmers, workers, builders, all that with disdain.
That's correct. That and that's the
Oh,
part. That's the part that's kind of making it worse because again, like sadly your examples in where you at, Anderson. Because again, remember we did this show a while back when somebody said on the chat they were like, "Is the farmers taking all the water away from the cities? We should stop the farmers." Gonna so you rather have not food than to be you want to starve to that? Make up your choice. And the thing about it is,
And quick,
go ahead.
if I may, quick shout out to the farmers in the Netherlands who are fighting the
The government,
climate. Yeah.
yeah. Because again, that's what happened to Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka went and tried to do the whole green thing, and they kind of, and they had a lot of problems before, but because they did that whole thing of the green thing and trying to say let's take away these fertilizer whatever and go all organic or all organic, which is stupid. You should. Well, it's just like California. The hell with the like I just talked about that with the electric stuff. There's a guy who moved to Tennessee because he's saying, "Okay, I bought an electric truck, and there's a lot of stations in California that have electricity. But the problem is though, I can't charge my electric truck because they have too much rolling blackouts."
Yeah, yeah. Then they try to move to satellite with their with not satellite but solar with their grids or something or
Yeah,
yeah.
they don't have the storage capacity for the solar one, and two, even so, adding all that stuff, they don't have the capacity to fund all these stuff that they're doing. That's why they have rolling blackouts. And then, of
Yeah.
course, they don't cut down the trees and leaves that they need to cut down to stop the forest fire. So that causes more forest fire. It's basically it's an Ouroboros. They're just killing themselves over there.
Yeah, too bad I'm here and they're gonna take me with it if I don't get out.
Now you get out. You get out. But in a serious note, like because that's what I was saying. Going back to what I was saying with the thing. So the lady was like, "We should not have a That's what it was. We would not have a desaltation plant because it will take enough energy. I'm like, you already have one in Black House. How about we get water? I mean, the way people think does really makes me think. Do they really think what's going on, or they just literally, as you said, Konoshi, just look at stuff and just gobble up the little stuff and think that's what's going on in the world? There's more to this than what's going on, but it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes, but remember they don't teach critical thinking in schools. Hell, these
That
days
is
they
true.
barely teach anything in schools.
That is true. You're
So
correct about that.
people don't question, how anything works or where they get all this stuff. All they know is they're in the cities, and if you're a woman, you went to college, then that means that you are some of the most enlightened people on earth, and everybody else around you is a moron who should cater to you.
Yeah.
Yep, and I will publicly apologize to you, Anderson. I've said this to because I know you were saying we talked about how these schools are what they are, so I'll give you that. You just gotta pay more attention to what's going on. But I would not. I already don't talk to my girl and said, look, unless our kids are going for something that is needed for college, they ain't getting no money from me. If they tell me something about any
Yeah.
gender studies or any art history and all that stuff, do that on your own. Do that on your own. You ain't getting my money. Nice knowing you. But you want to
Well,
be a doctor, architect, engineer, something like that? All right. I got you.
well, boy or girl, you should really push people into trades that are useful.
Yes.
No one's
No,
gonna
yeah.
need.
I don't care
No one,
what gender it is, but go ahead.
yeah, no one's gonna need. Put it this way, who needs a politician these days? And yeah, they got all the power. Who needs a gender studies major or whatever? Who needs? And but also on the other side, who needs doctors who say that a man can get pregnant or ask men if they need a maxi pad?
Which is all
It's all
stupid.
these days. You pretty much got to be very, very careful whether you're parent or child. Learn to go against the grain, question everything, even if it means you might get an F on your report card. Because these report cards are meaningless. They took down so many requirements.
Well,
You don't really got to know anything to pass these
it's not
days.
requirements. They took down they bring down the standards. That's
Just
what
like
they're
our
doing.
society.
Yeah. Brought down the standards. And it is like that. So we got about 25,000 people in the building. Again, thank you guys out there for that. Hopefully next week we'll go figure it out. Let me and more reason like I said, because I'm trying to get active with Facebook and we get some comments there. So many think about convenience, so they do not want to grow vegetables or do their own work to prepare the vegetables, wash, peel, clean them. Yeah, you're correct. I mean, I don't know if I'm gonna, like. I know me and my girl talked about we're gonna do a little vegetables in the backyard, and we're trying to get some fruit trees. We're trying to get grapes. We're trying to see if we can get some plum trees and stuff like that as well too, and put it in the backyard. So right now, like in her parents, they have pears, and they have a pear tree. They have a plum tree, I think, as well too. If I'm correct, in like they have stuff, and I'm thinking of going that route. I know for sure. I always. The funny thing about it is, one of the things she says she likes about being around me is like I eat my fruits. So she's like, because of you, I've eaten more fruits than I normally do, and I'm happy for that. So I have, don't you don't gotta worry about you don't gotta worry about that, shy. Like every week I get my bananas, I get my plums, grapes, nectarines or cherries and all that stuff, and I wash them off really good with and I got and that's what I got. That's most of it. That's why I think I said before that kind of helped me lose a lot of weight when I was losing when I needed to lose the weight. I was basically in the morning just eating fruits. Then I eat something more heavier. Then in from I eat lunch and of course heavier for dinner. But now that I'm at the weight I need to a little bit lower than the weight I wanted to be. So I'm eating my fruits plus breakfast in the morning, and because I'm like 176, so I'm trying to like keep up to the 180 mark at least. That's my goal. And we can't stop people because people will always go for convenience. That's what it is. We know that because I don't know if Konoshi you saw it, but I know Anderson you saw it. You saw the video I did on the video games. When I'm like with the thing, I'm like people want digital now. They don't want to play these games like this. I'm like that thing with Nintendo with the DLC stuff. I'm not. I'm that's kind of surprising. I went
I'd
through.
say it's
Yeah,
more heartbreaking.
Yeah, you said
yeah,
Konoshi.
I'm not against digital. I just rather have options. I don't think digital should go. I don't think. I just want I just want options. If you can buy it physical, then buy it physically. If you want to buy it digital, then buy it digital. But yeah, it is kind of annoying that people are focusing on digital. I know it's more convenient, but
But you don't own
as we
it.
know with the Wii U, yeah, as we know with the Wii U and the Wii, and the PS, and the PlayStation store shutting down, uh, yeah, you don't own it.
Yeah,
There's a high
that
price
reminds
of
me.
digital.
That reminds me. To those who still own a Wii U and a 3DS, buy what you can from the eShop before you can add money to it around what the 27th, 28th of this month.
Okay. Well, I'll get on that to see. But for me, my point was when I made that video, it was because when Mario Kart came out on the Wii U, once they give the DLC, it was downloaded to the console. I could have played it without having the internet connected to it. But because I think because this is tied up with the online, that's why it's you know what I mean.
Yeah,
Yep.
That's what the problem is because it's tied with online. Because again, if I buy it, I want to download it. I'll just put it on my SD card or put it on my console, so I can play it anytime I want.
I mean,
But
should have paid for it. Why don't you give me that option?
exactly,
Maybe if you want to do that for the people who got it through the online service, fine. But for those of us who actually paid for it, let us download it to the console. We paid for it.
exactly. What are conveniences? Sacrifices are going to be made, and call them trade-offs. Yep. Shout out to Triple M, who's I just read off on that, so that's true. So
We miss
yeah,
it.
yeah. Hopefully we'll figure out to get him back on the channel and we could do stuff. I hope you guys out there again, and thank you for everybody out there. Can you could go to as I said, I don't have it in this time, but I'll try to remember next week. But remember, you can go to Project Open Mic or Endure in certain cases, but you go to Project Open Mic is basically spread wherever you would like to hear us. It's on Temper FM. Like I said, all the stuff I said at the beginning, Spotify, wherever you want to hear, including YouTube, Spotify, and and Temper FM and Anchor are the ones that back it that at least are backups to the shows that you're listening to right now and stuff like that. So if you miss it, you can go back and listen. Also Facebook too as well. But if you're in certain countries, for some reason, Facebook is shadow banning me, so I'm letting you know that right off the bat. If you're in most African countries, they're shadow banning me because I'm like, copyright of what? What am I playing that's copyrighted? All this stuff is us talking. What the hell are they talking about?
Sure.
Well, that's Facebook
Isn't
for
the
you.
music? Isn't the music and introduction that you do? Isn't that something you made?
It's something I made, but the other one is just it's not copyright. So I don't get that. YouTube and
Yeah,
you think YouTube would be more stream because YouTube don't do that. So, and you know how jumpy they are, and so is Twitch. But they ain't told me nothing.
yeah, yeah. The whole copyright and false DMC is just out of control on YouTube. There's this YouTuber named Lady Decade who some guy was going after her for
Oh, I know who she
you know
is. I know
for
Lady Decade.
extortion.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
extortion.
it's like yeah, they're trying. For some reason she posted a video about some guy. She used some picture in one of her like the Ultra Beast video. Some guy went on a tide raid. You know, he wanted 500 what was it 500 pounds before or else this guy was going to take her to court for you know
Petty people.
copyright.
Petty people.
And it's just like, yeah, he just went on this tirade. It's crazy. It's kind of like, man, you can't. It's like people need to stop focusing on the whole, oh, they're trying to silence right wingers or whatever. It's a whole control thing. They want to make YouTube more palatable so they can, shove all the safe cable stuff down your throat.
Well,
It's
again,
been they've been doing this for years.
I know.
It's just they've just ramped it up, and again, Trump and all the other stuff is just a convenient excuse to ramp their plans up.
And without a means.
Yeah,
Well, again, that's what you see what Twitter is, and now that they backed off, Twitter gonna fall apart. It's gonna fall apart now that you don't have that money from Elon Musk to inject it. Because they were losing money They were losing billions dollars last year. So again, I'm not on Twitter for a reason because it's psycho. I'm not on. I'm not also on TikTok because it's crazy. Only crazy people mostly on there, and I ain't no freaking way I'm gonna go in degenerate places. Leave it as it is.
I mean, you did leave the city for the country to get away from the crazy. Why would you willingly go back to it online?
I know, right? Exactly. TikTok. It was because I saw a story I wanted to bring up and talk about, which is this mother wants to sue TikTok because her son did one of the challenges, and I'm like, why you let your son watch TikTok at 7 years old? Why? You're a horrible parent.
yeah.
You're a horrible parent. That's not TikTok's fault. That's your fault. Stay the hell off of that platform. But anyway, we'll call it an end of this spot right here. So before we go, any final words you have, Kanoshi?
Yeah, don't get caught by the FBI. Actually, if you work for the government and have some loose paperwork, make sure the FBI doesn't find out about it. They'll send an army.
Basically. Anything about the final words from you, Anderson?
Yeah, things always seem hopeless, but that's only if you let it.
Oh, if you let it. Yeah.
Yeah, right on.
Okay. Basically seeing triple them up in the joint. Basically he's in the chat. Shout out to you, Trip. Hope everything I can do to figure out what's going on so we can get this straightened out to be on this side. But he said take care, everybody. So yeah. For me, again, just be careful out there, man. It's just like I always say, take care of yourself, then take care of your family, then take care of your neighbors, take care of your community. Again, what's going on right now? We're, like I said, Gas is coming down a little bit, which is good, but it's still nowhere close to what it was. Like I said, it was 175 in North Carolina when back when we, before Biden became president, and then it's just right now. It's good as it's going back down. I'm not knocking that, but still, sorry about that. But still, a lot of materials are still like super expensive. So make sure things are. You take care of yourself out there. And also, even though I care about everybody, stop effing. That's all I was saying. Stop effing, and maybe you will soon survive. And wrap it up for everybody. Okay, what? Wrap it up, wrap it up, wrap it up. Okay, it's not just kids. They're crazy diseases going around. Jeez, think about it, man. But with that said, the usual. Remember, evil comes in all shapes, size, color, creed, height, sex, gender, personality, nationality. It makes no difference. Evil. Remember, people are stupid, individuals smart. So be that smart individual. This is your boy Take for Project Over Mike. Hope you guys could join us next week again, where we could talk about should we get philosophy and of course Andres Mike, and there should be some more straight no chasers, and hopefully we get Project Over Mike plus straight up. The whole gambit starts next week, I'm hoping, but if not, September will be a new start. And for my people down in the Caribbean right now, I pray for you guys. Hopefully no hurricanes, nothing comes to you. It's 30 years, okay? God bless y'all. Catch y'all next time. Peace out.